you are supposed to get up. So that is unspoken rules. So in every family system, there are certain rules that have to be followed by the members of the family. Then patterns of behavior. Every member has been unspoken. I mean, they have been following certain patterns of behavior which they learn from very childhood, which they learn from their parents, how to behave with father, mother, and siblings. So this pattern goes on, and that is according to the culture existing in particular areas. It may differ country to country, from culture to culture. And interlocking relationship. You see that picture there. Interlocking means it's locked together so that the relationship is very strong. It is cemented well. The father, mother, children all have a very strong relationship that has been very strongly cemented, and they are bound to each other. That's close relationship, interlocking relationship. Now, functional families. Now we are trying to see what happens in a functional family. Functional means a family functioning in accordance with the rules, roles, structure, in accordance with the cultural values of that particular area. In functional families, there is love, there is care and respect and concern. Each member shows concern for each other, respect for each other, care for each other, and love for each other. And they maintain an order. This order is not that is made of laws, but this order is something part and parcel of that family system. There is a kind of balance. The members know how to solve the problems, how to make decisions, and everyone in the family cooperate each other. They work together to make the family functional and happy. And in a family, there is also clear boundaries. Boundaries between the spouses, boundaries among the parents and the children. Boundaries means each member knowing how to behave each other. What are the restrictions? For example, every member knows how to behave with father or mother or the siblings. They don't cross that boundary. They don't go beyond that level of doing things. So in a functional family, members respect, love, care, concern. There is an order. There is an order that is understood. That is very clearly understood by every member of the family. And they also follow the boundaries, clear-cut boundaries in the family. And in a functional families, what happens? The rules are very strong rules, which are consistent, which are standardized. Everybody knows what are the rules that needs to be followed in a family. In a family, the rule is that the adults, the spouses, they belong very close relationship and they share the authority and they support each other. So the spouses, that is the father and the mother, who are the heads of the family, they have certain authority and they generally share closer relationship. It happens in every family. Even when I said when couples living together, they are also having family system or a functional family. Now take a look at single parenting. In single parenting, the parent knows whether it is mother or a father, how to guide the family. What are the parenting? Another important point, in a family, the members share their feelings. They may disagree. They may negotiate. There is no fear of rejection in the family. That is very important. That means what? If one member of the family disagrees with the decision of the family, there is no question of rejection by the family. That means every member is free to say their opinion and they are able to function as one team because they have a very close relationship. Because the mother objected to what the father decided, they are not going to get separated, because that is a functional family which functions in accordance with roles and rules. Members also help each other for growing and they support their growth each other. That means, unlike in other organizations or institutes, the institute of family, the family as an institution, the members support each other. They allow themselves and others to grow in freedom and avail the opportunity for their own personal growth as well as the growth of the family. So that is the scenario, or that is what is happening in a normal functional family. Simply means, just put it in one sentence, in a functional family, every member knows the roles, rules, boundaries of the family, and they function according to or in accordance with their roles and rules, and they maintain the boundaries in a functional family. Whereas what happens in a dysfunctional families? In a dysfunctional family, the roles and rules and the boundaries are not functioning in a normal way. That means the members may not follow their roles properly. An example, if a father is drinking, he may not, and usually not, taking responsibility of the family. He doesn't come on time into the family. He doesn't look after the family. He doesn't care for the family. So that means he is not following or he is not doing his responsibilities. So the rules and the roles are changed. As a result, what happened? When the father does not take up the responsibility of the family, the mother takes up the responsibility. When the mother takes up the responsibility, the role is changed. That means the role of the father is being enacted by the mother. The responsibility of the father is taken up by the mother. So that means a maladaptive function takes place. That is what we call it dysfunctional family. Now, because of this dysfunction, members cannot express their emotions. They are not free to ask their needs. They don't get proper care. They don't get proper respect. They don't get proper love. And therefore, the boundaries are not maintained properly. The rules are not kept properly. The roles are not played properly. And that family we call dysfunctional family. So I discussed all these things. So I'm just going to the next slides because we have substance use disorders in the family system. What happens when substance use come to the family? When substance use disorders affect the family system changes. It becomes dysfunctional. It does not function normally. As a result, codependency roles takes up. That means the family members, what they are supposed to play or what roles they are supposed to take place in a family changes. And what we call codependency roles. Codependency roles are the enabler, the hero, safeguard, mascot, and lost child. These are roles particularly about the spouses and the children they play in a family. Generally, in a family like ours, the enabler role is played by the mother. That's a wife. It could be the opposite also. Example, if the wife is an alcohol dependent person, the father could be the enabler role, or the mother could be the enabling role playing person. And hero, safeguard, mascot, and lost child are the roles played by the children. So children can play different roles simultaneously. They can be safeguard as well as they can be mascot. So these roles that are being played by children of alcohol dependent or drug dependent will make the family dysfunctional. What is the roles or how this enabling behavior happens in a family? The enabler in the family, that could be the wife, that could be the husband, that could be the mother, that could be the grandpa or grandma or even sister. So what does the enabler place? Enabler always protects the person who use alcohol or drugs. How? The enabler always try to support the behavior or the drinking habit of the person by keeping it secret, by not discussing it. Whenever he makes a mistake, he is being supported. This enabler, what happens? Enabler always tries to keep the family happy. Not he or she knows that there is a problem, but she is trying to say there is no problem. She wants to show that in spite of the drinking habit or drug using habit of the head of the family or one of the members of the family system is functioning normal and happy. So she tries to hide. She always brings excuses for his drinking. That means if the husband is drinking heavily and he is creating a problem, the wife, oh, you see, he is drinking because he has lost his job. He is drinking because his younger son is not doing well in the school. So, like that, excuses she gives. In a way, she is supporting him. Why she is doing that? Just to show that the family is doing very well. Nothing is happening here. We are all okay. So, but this behavior is a kind of enabling behavior, and this is a codependent behavior. Hero. In every family affected by addiction, there will be a hero. Generally, these heroes are children. What does the hero does? The hero takes up the responsibility at home. The hero will look after the drug using person as well as other members of the family. Every responsibility that he takes up in the name of the person who does not take the responsibility or the head of the family. He does everything for him. He thus become the hero of the family, a very successful person. But under this leadership, that taking up of responsibility in the family, there is a sense of feeling guilt and shame. This person is taking this responsibility because he has an underlying feeling of fear, guilt, and shame because of the person who is drinking in the family. Maybe the father or the brother is drinking or taking drugs and he is an alcohol or drug dependent. That fear, that guilt feeling within that person, the person is becoming the hero of the family by taking up the responsibility and ignoring the real problem due to the other person. Safeguard. Safeguard is actually what he call is the opposition in the family, the rebellious person. It could be generally the safeguard are children. Children opposed to the drinking habit of the father or the mother. He gets angry, he is sad, he is feeling guilty, he is having a kind of emptiness, and as a result, he rebels everything. He shouts at others, he quarrels with others, he even beats others. He will not follow the rules of the family. The roles of the family is not maintained. He also does not maintain the boundaries. So he becomes the safeguard. Everybody starts calling him the spoiled child or the rebellious child. So that is the third role. The mascot. Mascot is the person, generally the children, the child. He tries to mask everything, hide everything. He is very sad. He is so embarrassed of the drinking person because the father is drinking or taking drugs. There are issues in the family. He knows that. But he is trying to hide that. He is trying to mask it by showing happiness, trying to entertain. Thus, he is becoming a clown like in the circus. He becomes a joker in the family. Why he is becoming the joker? He's sad. He is so embarrassed. He is feeling so ashamed. He has a sense of shame because of the father drinking or taking drugs. But he doesn't show that. Instead, he tries to entertain everybody and divert the attention from that father's behavior. This person must be feeling so sad in his inner heart. The lost child. What we call is the most depressed child. The child in a family who remains very silent. He does not create any problems. He always try to keep aloof, away from others, because he is feeling a kind of loneliness. He thinks that he is being neglected by the family. Generally, this child has a depressive mood. So these are the roles, codependent roles in family: the enabler, the hero, the safeguard, the mascot, and the lost child. What does it mean? When these roles are played inappropriately, the whole family system started functioning not normally, abnormally. And this abnormal function, we call it dysfunction of the family, or the family, we call it dysfunctional family. In a family where there is someone is drinking or using drugs and becoming dependent on that, the family start functioning not normally, and that family we call dysfunctional family. When the roles, rules, and the boundaries changes, we call it dysfunctional. All these things I am going to discuss, not going to discuss with you, but I just tell you what does it mean. In a dysfunctional family, what happens is the feeling of security is not there. The roles and the responsibilities are not properly played. Children and the spouses develop uncertainties, and they also have a sense of fear and shame. What do you think about the families, dysfunctional families? Now, come, let us share. Come and discuss. Do you want to ask something about the dysfunctional family? Hello? Hello, my dear friends. Hello. Any question about this particular session? Nobody is speaking. What happened? This morning we have very few participants. Hello, my dear friends. Could you please speak? Alice, clap so that I make sure you are alive. Please clap. What is happening? What is happening to all of you? Are you all sleeping? Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping?
No, we are silent user.
Okay. Because when I don't hear from you, I feel discouraged. I start feeling that you are not listening me. That means it's a waste of time. Okay, any questions? Otherwise, we will go to the next next session, that is discuss. We have just come, we have just finished UTC 1. We are going to start with UTC 2. Any questions with regard to UTC 1? You can ask any questions. Anybody? Hello? Hello, dear friends. Any questions? Hello? Are you all not used to these sorts of discussions? Virtual classes?
No. มีไหมไม่ต้องถาม No ตอบไปเลย No
No.
Dr. Francis, can I have a discussion about their family?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
So then when you describe the family type, which is very typical and characteristics belong to the Asian and the Oriental style. But
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
Occident or the Western families, they have a different family system and organizations.
Exactly right. You are right.
Yes.
Actually, our Oriental, our Asian family system is different from the Western family system. And the dependent roles, the dependent roles in our family system, maybe I have noticed the enabler role and the hero role are very prominent. I mean, these are the very important roles that are being played, codependent roles played in our family systems. In other words, I just want to say, in most of our family system, the spouses play the enabler role and children play the hero role. Hero role is generally played by the eldest son or daughter. Because the Asian system, the family is, there should be somebody to take up the responsibility of the whole family. And generally, if the family is a drug-taking person, then the eldest son or eldest daughter plays the role of the hero. This is what I have seen very commonly. But there are also other codependent roles that and I have come across. So this is what I would suggest to you. However, we should always understand all these 5 codependent roles are there in every family, whether it is Western or whether it is Asian or Oriental families. These codependent roles are, in one way or the other way, are being very prominently seen in a family where there is at least one person using alcohol or drugs. I mean, dependent person. Sir, is it okay?
Yes, I have another question that
Yeah.
the family described by you or the literature for Asia is best when we were in a state of 30 years back.
Yes, sir.
In Myanmar, we have a
Yeah.
big changes in 88 when the military took over power. And then we have open to the world so that our people, before that, we rely only on the breadwinner income.
Yes.
It is a father's income only.
Yes,
Then
sir.
now we all walk. We all
Yes.
went out to walk.
Yes.
So then the family structure has changed. And because
Yes.
of the rapid urbanization, normally we can take 70% live in the rural area and 30% in urban area. But because of the rapid urbanization and the job opportunities, many people from the rural area go
Yeah.
to the urban and the peri-urban or the suburb areas,
Yes, sir.
so that they don't have a very good family structure. So this is, I think, the dynamics of the family structure is changing. When
Yeah.
the country is open to the international society, the dynamics of the change is more rapid.
Yes. You are true, sir. The whole family system has been changed or is or has been changed rapidly over the uh, uh, 2 decades, I would call it. That's why I mentioned about living together, cohabiting. So the rules and the boundaries have changed in the family system. However, any family, if you take up, whether it is single parenting or whether it is living together family, these roles that we discussed, the codependent roles, are there. That means somebody has to take the responsibility, somebody has to lead. Of course, as you said, because both the spouses, that is the wife and the husband, are working and they are earning, they are bringing some economy or some money to home, maybe there is a kind of shared responsibility and roles are shared. An example is, generally the father used to go to work and mother used to be at home looking after the children. Now, some families have changed. How they changed? The father is at home looking after the children. So the role has changed, of course. However, whatever roles have changed, every family unit have certain roles and that roles, when it is played in a normal way, we call it family. Followed as it dysfunctional family. So this is only a general idea about a working family, a functional family, and a dysfunctional family. You can think and relate to a particular family or a unit that in accordance with the culture or area or country or locations. So it might keep changing, and as therapists we have to keep it in our mind that the whole system is changing. So when we assess a family, whether it is dysfunctional or whether it is functional, we must existing norms, existing rules, existing laws in the family system. So this is very important, and I do agree with you. The family system, the family as an institute is fast in our countries too. So we don't know what will happen in the future. In the future, there may not be father and mother. There may be only mother. There may not even father and mother. There may be only children. So we don't know. We have to adapt and we to ourselves to learn the function of the family. Whatever may happen, whatever changing roles are there, we must always try to understand that when a person is dependent on drugs or alcohol in a family, there must be some dysfunctionality, some changes of roles and rules in the family, and that leads to the dysfunctions of the family. That is the message I want send across, and I want to share with you. I hope this is clear. Now let's start with the module 2. So not module 2, you let me just check the UTC 2 before I close this one, and then let me check UTC 2.